Treviso, in northern Italy. They call it Little Venice. It's the home of Benetton, a company with one of the most multicultural images in the world. But that's hardly the message being delivered by this man. He likes to call himself the sheriff. Actually, Giancarlo Gentilini is the vice mayor of Treviso. He'd still be the mayor, but he's already served the 4-term limit, so the city made him the vice mayor. Everyone knows, though, he's still the top gun, and he's got the souvenir 6-shooters to prove it.
Since 1994, I brought discipline and order to Treviso. Everything that is against the law must be fought.
Armed with a fistful of rules, he has cleaned up the town, lowered crime. He is especially tough on people not from these parts, immigrants. Police in Treviso routinely stop immigrants, checking papers, making sure they are legal.
Illegal immigrants cause problems because they have no place to live. They have to turn to crime, and we had crimes we'd never seen before in Treviso.
Go to the main square of virtually any Italian city, and you'll generally find street hawkers, usually African immigrants, selling handbags, watches, you name it. It's illegal, and when the police show up, they run away. But here in Treviso, they don't even try it. Which would explain why many of the good people of Treviso like Gentilini so much and support what he does. Gentilini is a good person, he says. I always voted for him. But not everyone likes the gunslinging image. They find it hard to take it seriously. Just say the words Sheriff Gentilini, and you're almost guaranteed to get the same reaction.
What does he think of the fact that Gentilini calls himself the sheriff?
But it is an image that plays here in northern Italy's towns and cities. This is the region that the fascist dictator Benito Mussolini came from, and also the territory of the Northern League, a right-wing party. It won a lot of seats in the recent election. Anti-immigration is a predominant theme in most of its campaign posters. This was one of the more controversial ones. The caption reads, "They failed to control immigration. Now they live on reservations." Think about it. It still hangs in the hall at the Northern League's office in Treviso. And the party is now a small but influential partner in Italy's coalition government. Many local politicians in Treviso, Gentilini included, are members of the Northern League. So now you understand where the sheriff is coming from. Which isn't the best news for Italy's immigrants, because the industrial north is where the jobs are, the best place to find work.
We don't give confidence to people, mostly if they are not from here.
Giovanna Tonon is a volunteer teaching Italian to immigrants, and she says Gentilini's attitude doesn't make immigrants feel very comfortable. Like these Moroccan men, they look uneasy. Of course, they've just been checked by the police, but there's something else. When we see him, we stand, he says. Why? Because Gentilini has removed the benches in some places so that people won't congregate. Everyone in the town knows it's aimed at the immigrants. And there are immigrants in Treviso, according to records, about 4,000 out of a population of 80,000. They come from all over the world. There are Chinese restaurants, but don't expect to see any decorative lanterns. The sheriff said they were against the law and ordered them removed.
These lanterns were against city regulations, so when you break the law, I intervene.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
There are Muslims in Treviso, but they have a hard time finding a place to pray. We found this group praying in a parking lot, facing Mecca, also the general direction of the cash and carry on the other side of the road. It's a shame that we have to pray outside, he says. We love this city. But the Muslims of Treviso got some unexpected help. When the priest at this church heard they had nowhere to pray, he opened his doors, which turned Father Aldo Daniele into a bit of a celebrity in Italy.
We are not enemy. we pray the same God.
There are many good things about this beautiful, clean, well-run city. But then there is the bad, the homeless immigrants who feel lucky enough just to have a bench to sit on, the Muslims with no choice but to say their prayers in a parking lot. And then there's the anti-immigrant attitude of the Northern League. Things aren't likely to change, say the immigrant community, even if a new sheriff comes to town. For Worldfocus, I'm Martin Seemungal in Treviso, Italy.